you. These guys are coming. Do we need to do some? Oh, this is for you.
I'll see.
Got it.
Yeah. Can I open this before we start?
Cameras when you're ready. Good. Can you hear this? Great. All right. With Jenna Villa, Tiara Bolden, and head coach Scott Rueck. Scott, your opening statement.
Yeah, just 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, we're at it.
It's hot in Gill tonight. So anyway, it was so good to be back out there, and obviously a Sunday evening game is very strange. I don't know if I've ever coached one before, 7 o'clock on a Sunday, but I thought it was just fun to be back out there with our fans, for this team for the first time to have the lights on. I loved our effort right from the beginning. I thought our defense set the tone. I thought our intensity, our accuracy, our ability to rebound and then push the ball. We emphasized going inside and getting deep. We knew we had a size advantage in there. And I thought the team just really executed well. Right from the beginning, we had a few droughts is all throughout the evening. And I thought, 1 through 13 tonight really did a nice job just for this team getting its feet wet to start the year. It was just very positive overall, and I thought a great start.
Scott, we saw a lot of different combinations on the floor tonight. Was there anything that you saw in particular that you liked that we didn't necessarily see last season?
That's a good question. I mean, we have some new people out there, and I really liked that, I don't know. It's too early to say, I think, on that. I obviously love last year's team, and I love this one too. I think maybe what we saw different tonight was this group just has so much more experience throughout the roster. And so I felt like we, that first group with T and Ken and Ali, and I think you'd have to add Jenna to that just because she started in this league a year ago, playing at Washington State. There's so much experience in those 4 players that a year ago we had no clue what we were doing this time of the year. We were just kind of figuring it out, and so we're so far ahead. And so I think the way that they started, and of course Nene started tonight, at the 5 with that group, so I'd include her too. But those 4 in particular, they've been through all the wars, so they know exactly what it takes. And we saw that intensity, that connectedness that they had and they played with. And so that is very different, from a year ago. So we're way down the road because of that experience.
Sure. You mentioned Nene. OSU hasn't had like a straight center player for a couple of years now. So how is she factoring into what you plan to happen this year?
Yeah, I think she has some similarities, really similar to Sela. Kelsey, in some ways, we have some similarities, I think, to a year ago. In that way, I think Kelsey was a bit of a hybrid, big because she obviously was so comfortable playing the 4 as well. Laura is similar to that, I think, in her game. So I love what Nene's bringing. She is unique in her own way. I love what Lizzie's bringing. Elisa got to play significant minutes tonight. I love the development in her game. So I think we just have depth at that 5 spot. They all are a bit unique. And then we have kind of the matchup change-up when Laura plays that 5 because she is more of a face-up player that also has spent a ton of time with her back to the basket. So she's the one that's probably the most versatile of the group.
Tiara, that's a question for you. Your defensive output tonight was pretty strong. I could be mistaken. I believe it ties your record for steals in a single game. What have you been working in your offseason to improve your defensive output?
First off, thank you. Second off, I think just the biggest thing is just watching film. But besides that, just making sure that I am paying attention to what the coaches are asking of me. And, all of that stuff starts in practice. And then once you start in practice, from paying attention to the details, what the coaches are harping on me a little bit, because sometimes I do make mistakes. I'm not perfect. However, just making sure that I'm paying attention to what they're asking of me and just executing it.
Sorry, I'm looking to change it back. Okay. Coach, you talked about it a little bit, just going inside, especially when you have the size advantage. You guys do have some size on your roster, and you already touched on it a little bit, but how excited does it make you as a coach to be able to go inside a lot more and, score some in the paint?
Mm-hmm. Well, historically, I mean, that's been kind of one of the, basically just the standard of this program. It's always kind of funny because I'm one of the shorter coaches, probably, and I've always had one of the biggest teams. And so for us, that's just been the staple of the system. It's like we know what to do with size. The taller they are, the better they are. Some people don't want those players because maybe they can't rotate, they can't switch. There's might be some limitations. I'm the one that sees the advantages to having bigs like that, and so we're really pleased to be able to add more size to our roster this year. Obviously, we had a couple big holes to fill, with Kelsey and Sela both graduating after having played such huge roles for us, last year and the year before. And so with the addition of Lizzie, Nene, the development of Elisa, that's just the next group, that's going to hold it down in there and shut the rim down and be formidable on the offensive end. And so I thought, tonight, there's a ways to go. I mean, they're learning our system. They're learning our basketball language. And understanding how to play within our system. And so there's going to be some growing pains, I think, in it, of course. But I love the potential, that this group has, and that group in particular within our team, to help us continue to do what we do.
And then how do you go about evaluating a game like this where there is such a gap in talent between teams and, you're trying different people out on the court together, trying to figure things out? How do you just evaluate that as a coach when there is such a big
great question.
Scoring gap?
Yeah. Well, I don't look at the scoreboard much. In a situation like this, it doesn't matter to me. It's how are we executing, and how are we playing just from an effort standpoint, from a focus standpoint, and then just execution. And, one of the challenges is your mind gets tricked. You look up there and you're like, oh, we're way ahead. And it would be easy to relax. And I thought we went through very few droughts in this game where we did not play to the scoreboard. We just played the game. And that battles human nature. And I thought the team played maturely through that. I loved our effort tonight. I loved our defense. That's easy to watch. I think we were accurate. We competed, to the very end. And so that's a great sign of things to come. And in my opinion, it shows the character of the group, which I've kind of talked about since we got together last summer, or in July, I mean. And I just think this team has something special to it that goes along with the talent and abilities. They've got the intangibles that allow them to reach their potential. And I thought tonight kind of demonstrated that.
Anything you were shocked about tonight as far as your team's performance, or anything that was solidified, things you saw in practice that you saw when the whistle was going, the clock's running, it's a game, and you're like, okay, we can perform when the lights turn on?
Yeah. You never really know. I think I was going into the game tonight just curious more than anything. I think I know these guys, but once you hit the floor and gill, that's when you really get to know a team. And I just love the way we competed. That ball really moved tonight. I thought we played extremely unselfishly and just found the open person and took great shots most of the night. And so you never know how you're going to shoot it. Coming out game one, I thought we shot it very well. Obviously, we shot almost 50% from three, I think, tonight, which was a great sign of things to come. And, probably the way we took care of the ball. I think you're playing against a zone defense all night long. They didn't press this team's. We expected them to be after us full court, trap rebounds and everything. That's their normal system that we were prepared for. They didn't. They played more conservative and just played in the quarter court. But I thought overall we took care of the ball and executed very well, which I was really pleased with.
This question for any of you. It seemed like the crowd showed out for McKenzie tonight. They were pretty excited whenever she scored. What does it mean to have her being able to play after being benched last year due to injury?
That's a T question.
Okay.
Yeah, go with
Yeah,
that one.
me and Z have been close for a long time now, but just seeing the way that she persevered. So from last year when she first got injured, it was super disheartening just because I knew her previously. And, you know, injuries suck, but they happen. So just allowing her, like, just for us to see her grow and develop and persevere to get back on the court, it was hard. Behind the scenes for her was extremely hard and difficult. However, just seeing her make her first three, for me, it meant everything. I know for her family, it meant everything. And I know for a fact that our whole team was extremely hyped just because we know how far she's come. And this is just a testament and a beginning to what she can bring for us.
And her brother was here for the first time.
Yeah,
So,
that
you
too.
got- Yeah.
They look identical. It's crazy.
Scott, UAF, they just played their other exhibition against George Fox. I know you're a long time there. Did you send anyone out, or were you able to go there yourself to see the Nanook output there, or no?
We were not able to live scout, but we had a live stream of it, so we were able to watch some of that game, and Fox looked good. Yeah, they're doing a great job. Coach Lauren's doing a great job up there. It was fun to watch.
Anyone else?
I have a question for Jenna.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yes. Jenna, what was it like to take the floor for the Beavs for the first time?
It was amazing. It was so fun, so much fun. Yeah, I mean, it was just so fun for us to play together and finally be able to see like what we're capable of for this year. So yeah.
Yeah. You seemed to find a nice spot in that zone. What was that like tonight, just being kind of a focal point of the offense, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, you've touched on it, how like getting to the middle of the floor is what opens up the entire offense, and so I was just trying to really bring that in the second half. So yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations on a great
Thank
start
you,
with the
thank you.
Beavs.
Welcome to the Bees.
Thank you.
Yes.
We did have one more question.
Oh, right on.
Jenna, Coach kind of hyped you up last media days. So we talked, saying how great of a player you were and that he appreciated that you played with a good chip on your shoulder. A lot of high expectations coming into this season. Just talk about the mental aspect of that and working through that and just giving your all on the court.
Yeah, I think the team and all my coaches make it really easy to have high expectations because, like, I'm not stressed at all. Like, I know that the game will come to me, and my teammates and my coaches have my back. So, yeah, it makes it easy.
Great. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Go Beavs.
Go Beavs.
It'll never be